Here is one size medicine ball. Here's a hard ball. Here's a lacrosse ball. Here's a tennis ball. Here's a squash ball. And here is a softball. Now, I have all my balls over here. I'm going to show you something that I also found out recently that contributes a lot to some of the back soreness that some people have. And part of the hip flexor group is called, well, it's the iliacus and your psoas. Your psoas is like one of the larger muscle groups in your hip flexor, and it basically attaches the top of your femur bone here as you move up from that particular position, right here at the front of the hip, top of the thigh, crosses through your pelvic girdle, and attaches segmentally to several sections of your spine. And what happens when that thing gets inflamed or through years of exercise, it just gets really tight. And it gets, pretty ornery. And what happens when that starts to occur is you're going to experience possibly some shifting in your pelvic girdle, some pain, elevation on one side, or some rotation. It could be any one of the muscles in your pelvic girdle, but sometimes it's the psoas. So one of the things that I've found out recently is the use of balls, whether it be this type or this size. I think it's really dependent upon your tolerance for discomfort. Some of us are, like that bull in the china shop, and they can tolerate a lot of pain. Others need a big soft surface area to help gently massage the areas. Some people, progress you through something larger and softer to something smaller. I've tried it both ways myself. I prefer to use the softball for this particular movement. So basically it's done this way. You lie down on top of the ball, but you're going to position it so that you basically have it right here by your belly button, alongside the belly button, and alongside and underneath the rib cage. And you're just going to relax on top of the ball. And then once you're on top of the ball and you've basically exhaled all the air out of your lungs and you just kind of settled on top of the ball, we're going to get a fore and aft and a side-to-side action down the entire length of the psoas, at least what we can affect change in with the ball. So without further ado, let me get down a position for you. We're basically going to lie right on top of this thing, and starting in a position here, just underneath the rib cage, and exhaling and inhaling until I can get nice and relaxed, but then I search it out. And you're going to notice it right away because it's going to give you an odd feeling. It's not a very comfortable feeling. I've had this done with a massage therapist actually digging into my abdominal cavity, and it was the craziest thing because it looked like they had their whole hand, it buried into my body. And what we want to do is just get side-to-side action on it. Lie down, and then once we've located it, searching our way around, and you'll find that you can just get a gentle action, working across it, up and down. And I'm working on the left side right now, and I'll spend maybe 5 minutes on this side. And I'm going to go from the top, just underneath my rib cage, and I'm going to take it all the way down, alongside the belly button, and it's starting to get more sensitive in this particular area because it's a little bit inflamed. And I've had some challenges on my left hip flexor, so I've worked on that. I've worked on my psoas, I've worked on my hamstrings, I've worked on my quads and rectus femoris. And basically, once you detect some pain in your body, in a certain area of the body, given it's not some action like a burst appendix that I've had before, you want to really explore carefully these areas of your body. Now, I have a client that has, some cysts on some of her
female body parts, and we want to make sure that you're not experiencing anything like that. But as you search out these areas, you start to get lower down towards the iliacus and the lowest portion of your abdominal cavity towards your pelvis, and it's really, really sensitive. So it's not a pleasurable experience, but you want to do this on a regular basis. I try to hit this a couple times a week now, and I have to tell you, just a little bit of discomfort helps to relieve a whole lot of pressure and tension in the body. It will possibly lead you to understand a little bit more about your own body and how it interacts, all of the different muscles in our system and how they all connect and affect sometimes a lot of pain. And we can, self-treat ourselves with something as simple as a $2 or $3 softball that may, or a racquetball or a lacrosse ball, and it may help save you from going to get a surgery that you don't need. I am Mr. Anti-Surgery, unless, and God bless them, they all know what they're doing when they get you on the table, but if you don't need to get on the table and you can do this stuff on your own, I think that's probably the better way to go. Anyhow, my name is Emile Jarreau. I'm 2 Fitness Pros LBC in Long Beach. I'm just showing you how to work on massaging that psoas and break up some of that fascial tissue. So again, basically we explored, we went and found the hot spots, roll up and down, side to side. You might spend about 2 to 5 minutes per side and then shift sides. I'm going to get this other side here and then I'm going to grab myself some lunch, okay? So anyhow, love you lots. Peace.